Hello, everybody. We're Comic Frontline, and welcome to Topic Time. Topic time. It's topic time.
There we go.
So, what's the topic, Michael?
Well, our topic tonight is talking about Marvel 1000, and the question is Marvel 1000 better than Action Comics number 1000 and Detective Comics issue 1000? Stop whispering because I know what the title was.
Yeah, you did. That's why you looked at me.
I didn't look at you. I'm looking at you because I know you were going to say something because you always do that.
Let's start again. Here we go.
No, you better not. I will end you on here.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
No, don't end this.
He's the moderator this week. All right.
And as you can see, it's going really well.
Yeah,
50 minutes. Okay.
totally.
Pick somebody to start.
Perfect. It's the
All
blind.
right. So, Mr. Spitz-a-lot, you go first.
Thank you.
Give me the news, not the weather.
I honestly, comparing Marvel 1000 to Action and Detective, I'm going to throw this out there first because I know a lot of people are going to say this. Detective and Action Comics earned their 1000. So that's a huge thing right there. The fact that Marvel just magically came up with, this is Marvel 1000. That's why it turned me off to the book at first. It's because you didn't earn that 1000. Action and Detective did. However, after reading Marvel 1000, I feel like that was the structure that we should have gotten for Action and Detective. Action and Detective were $10 each too, correct? I want to remember correctly. I don't think they were.
I believe so.
It was either 8 or 10.
They were 10?
They were 8. I think they
It
were
might have been 8. Yeah.
8 or 10. Okay. What Marvel 1000 did was we got every page was a different writer, every page was a different artist, and it was a humongous collaboration. And it took you from the beginning of Marvel Comics to first appearances to key moments. A lot of Spider-Man was in it. You had a lot of every character in there now. And I'm not going to take what Kat's probably going to say. There were a couple of modern day things that they left out, which were like, okay, why not throw a page in here or there? But there's rumors about 1001.
Well, the rumors are true. Comes out September 25th.
Yeah, so there you go. So I liked it. I thought that the artwork, the collaborations, this was something. Oh, thank you. I forgot to do that, didn't I?
Oh, my gosh.
This is what happens when you moderate. So
This is what happens when you forget things.
it is covering Cat. We'll figure it out later.
I know.
I liked it.
There you go. Hold on. There you go.
Jay's already moved over, so it works. Yay! It works. It just works. I wonder if I could zoom us in a little bit.
Should we start this over?
No.
So that was my opinion on 1000. Go ahead.
All right. So, Bram, what is your opinion?
Everything you said, Chris, to start with were my feelings as well. As like Marvel 1000. This is going to be another one of those things. And like you said, it didn't earn the number. So it had me a little hesitant, a little skeptical. So that's why I was so pleasantly surprised when I actually read it, as we talked about on Frontline Live, that not only do you get that amazing secret history through-line story, but you also get a lot of those touchstone moments and going back through Marvel's history and touching on different eras and different stories and major characters and major events that happened and everything. And it was just a really well done book that was mostly cohesive, and the parts that weren't cohesive were still mostly really well done. And nice stories that you just want to read. There were a few like here and there that were like, okay, I could have lived without that, but that's fine. In a book that size with that many creative teams, and every page, what I really loved, and we didn't get to touch on this before, what I really loved was every page, it highlighted what year, and it went from 1939 all the way to 2019, and kind of gave you a little footnote as to what character or story or whatever that they were highlighting in that particular story, that particular page. And it was like, if you were just coming into Marvel, you could get just like this little Cliff's Note version of Marvel history by reading this. Not the full story, obviously, but it was enough to just kind of make me as a Marvel fan get excited and get pumped and just feel that nostalgia, but at the same time feel that excitement for these stories that are coming forward. So I thought it was really, really well done. And are we waiting on the comparison?
No,
or are we
go
just
for it.
Okay.
I say compare.
Yeah. the problems I had with Detective in Action, I mentioned this when we talked about those issues, were that in both of those books, there was only maybe 2 or 3 stories in each of them that really connected with me, that I really enjoyed. And the rest of them were just filler stories that I could have totally lived without. And when you're talking about a book of that size and you want more to enjoy out of it, and I know it's subjective and everybody's got their different opinions about those stories and everything, but for me, it was like with Marvel 1000, it was 95% of it I loved, whereas with Action and Detective, it was like 85% of it I could have totally done without. So that, for me, Marvel was better in this case.
Yeah, I think with Detective and Marvel, Detective in Action, when I like the idea of the milestone, but I could not tell you any of the stories now. I don't think they were very memorable. I think the idea of it was memorable.
Action, I think when it comes to those two, it depends where you're at. Because Action, I remember pretty well, but Detective, I'm getting foggy on them because Batman, again, is not my stronger.
The only one I remember from Batman was the Tom King story, and I didn't like the artwork, and I had a lot of issues. And the reason why I remember is because I had so many issues with the characterizations of some of those characters.
Then maybe that's why I don't remember. When you say it, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was just like the whole Bat family was on the roof, and they're all meet up and they take a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that story, but yeah, going to Marvel, I really enjoyed it because there are stories that I feel were very memorable. Like I 100% will remember that Gwen and MJ story for years to come. I loved it. I loved the Ben story, and also I feel like it meant a lot for the whole Marvel universe. And I think for the DC, and obviously this is not their fault, but with the DC ones, you have to be a Batman, not even Bat Family fan. You have to be a Bruce fan. And then for Superman, it's not a Super Family fan. You have to be a Superman fan to fully enjoy those books. Here, you could be whatever type of Marvel fan to fully enjoy it. And I think more people could find enjoyment in that.
I think that could also be a weakness, though.
Well, Mike was about to turn to you, I think.
Well, Jay, yeah.
I think that could also be a weakness, though, because what happens is not everybody's going to want to spend $10 for an 80-page book. And you know, by the way, while I talk about prices, Action Comics $7.99 for 80 pages. Detective Comics was $9.99 for 96 pages. So that's what it was. I did look.
So Action was 8 and Detective was 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it was like me and Brent were like $7.99 or $9.99 because it was one was one and one was the other.
Right.
But anyway, I think it could be also you know, if you're only a fan of Captain America, then you're getting like maybe 3 pages worth of story for $10, you know, or however many he had in there. I think it was like 3 or 4 who were about him. And then like, you know, you're Spider-Man, you're gonna get a couple more if you're this person, you know. So I think like there was some that were, you know, like that aspect of it can work for you or against you. But DC, I think Marvel overall misappropriated the number. I didn't like that. I do like that it is what DC did was they celebrated the history of the character as a whole, because they introduced they let writers and artists who previously been on that book or who are on that book each do a story of it and set it in different time frames and stuff like that. So that's what I really liked about those books, where it was an issue more than just this is the history of our company or the history of this character. This is the celebration of this character, you know, and the importance and the celebration of the creators who brought you this character and shaped this character for you.
I mean, I think Marvel did that too in their own way because they brought so many different Marvel creators to celebrate those characters as well.
Yeah, they did that on a certain level, but I'm saying like with that's Marvel was more about focusing on the history of it, where I think DC and DC with those 2 books were about celebrating just those characters and the people who brought those characters to us and forged those characters. Like, you know, like you did get Tom King on there. You got what's the other story? Another creator. I forget who else. There's like some big time Batman writers and big time Superman writers who wrote those stories. So I do think like that was more appropriate for that kind of celebration for me. It was what I wanted from that, and Marvel 1000 was what I wanted from Marvel because it was celebrating the history of Marvel. Like if there was a DC 1000, I would want this kind of one.
Yeah.
and if it was like a Spider-Man 1000, I would want the action detective for Spider-Man, because I would want to celebrate that character in particular and the people who brought him to this point for us. So I think they're both well done, but in their own respective ways, because they were going for some aesthetic for the two films. So I don't think either one of them did it right. I just think they did it differently based on what the kind of story was.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right, and then we go to Kat.
I mean, I already kind of said my opinion, so we could definitely start wrapping up.
All right, so let's wrap up.
All right, so that was our topic time video. So this is us on Comic Frontline. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more stuff. Click that notification bell and give that thumb up-a-roo for this video, and follow us on our social media. Until next time, we're Comic Frontline saying take care, and as always, don't forget to keep watching. Hey, everyone.
Let us know in the comments below about Mike moderating. Bye, everybody.
Shush.
I like the thumb up a roof.
Always got to do that. Always.